Well, I suppose it's nice to see that Lightning's not letting this whole God's chosen savior thing go to her head or anything.
I know I've said before that I have nothing, but this time I have actually even less than nothing. I don't really know where else there is to go from here.
Well, that's pretty simple. We're going to the ultimate layer.
Well, that's alright.
So, if you do enough side quests to unlock the secret final day, you can go to the ultimate layer. This is the only place in the entire game where time flows during combat.
Well,
Ooh.
The implication is that we're in some weird, like, chaos distortion, but it's dumb.
The figurative eye of the chaos storm.
What about the Eye of the Chaos Storm? The Eye of Chaos is... Well, I suppose now, yeah, I can see why Lightning is wearing her big spiky golden Warhammer 40,000 outfit now. Something blood for the blood god.
my senses have nothing. Hope, what is the point of you?
He literally just said, I don't know, it could be God. Like...
I mean, to be fair, that's not an unreasonable assumption in this game.
Still, I'm just surprised about, like, still, like, you know, like, usually Final Fantasy games are more obtuse about this kind of thing. Like, I do have to admire, like, Lightning Returns balls just to come out and literally pin capital G God on it.
Somehow, I don't think this holy land of gods is exactly what
So,
heaven on earth.
if you viewers are paying attention, you may have noticed the slight problem with this whole conceit, which is that we are in the lair of the last ones. But, you know, we've been going around and murdering all the last ones.
Well, except this one.
Oh yes.
This one's a little slippery. A slippery little devil, shall we say.
You may remember our previous discussions of the possibility of extincting this one.
But yeah, so the gimmick of the ultimate layer is that if you had every last one that you have not fought is in here, and you fight them one right after the other, all the way down to the bottom of the labyrinth.
While time continues to pass.
Right, yeah, and that's the thing. Time always passes, even in combat here. So, if you were slacking and you have not killed any of them, or, you know, only a couple, you have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 28 things to kill here?
28 beefed up powerful things with big bags of health. Or well, some of them. Some of them will be tougher than others.
But, fortunately, we did our homework, and, that's the only thing we have to fight until the very bottom now.
Nice.
Hey, I know that outfit.
Yeah, like, I love how this, like, this garb collection that you're set up here, Artix, is just basically, like, Lightning's shitty cosplay night, basically.
And why not?
Like, she's got Emperor Mateus on the first one, the really crappy, like, 13-2 Snow on the second one, and just flat-out Yuna with Caius' sword on the third one.
Hey, it's a masterful crossover fiction.
Also, I don't need to say it, if you, listen, the game actually starts playing some of the endgame songs from the previous games. Like, this is, Orphan's Cradle, and it plays, Fighting Fate a few times as you get further in, so...
Also, literally open the area with the Nascent Requiem, like the literal final boss theme of 13 itself.
Yeah, I'd almost forgotten that Orphan's Cradle existed.
So yeah, it turns out this labyrinth is here because God has been secretly trying to make creatures that are better than humans.
How's that going for him?
Well, we murdered most of them.
Should be the strongest beast of all,
Okay.
the closest god.
God's kind of fucked up, isn't he? Jesus.
Yeah. Well, for all we know, the possible actual god did this. I mean, the alleged god of the real world. You know, not that I really want to open that can of worms. But, you know, it's alleged.
I'm just waiting for the reveal once you get to the end of the game, and you have to fight like fucking Rusty Venture from the Venture Brothers.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that explains an awful lot about this series.
Yeah, you know you're at the end because eventually they just kind of throw like a small handful of recovery items at you. Like you get a free X potion, you get a refresher, you get, I believe, an ether, and a couple other small things. Basically, it's a giant, there's a super boss coming up, you dumb fuck.
Also, I love how they absolutely cheaped out on this area, where it's just the same room like 30 times with a palette swap.
Yeah, it's a standard JRPG multi-level dungeon.
I was gonna say they went full White Knight Chronicles with this one.
Oh, Final Fantasy 15 does something even lazier.
Oh, I haven't actually gotten around to playing 15 yet, so no spoilers.
Oh, this is not really a plot spoiler of any kind. But yeah, there's an extraordinarily lazy decision. Hey, now we're playing Bartandalus's theme. Well, battle theme. You know what I mean.
Of all the characters they brought back for Lightning Returns, like, that's the one that irks me the most. They never fucking brought back Bartandalus/Daisley.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he is one of, like, the two characters from 13 who is absolutely 100% positively dead, so...
They brought fucking Sid back, and he was 100% dead.
Yeah, but Sid was fan service.
And also, not really. Like, they brought his model back, but they are pretty explicit, like, yeah, I'm not actually Sid, I'm just kinda here.
Okay, I haven't watched that video yet, so I just saw Sid in the thumbnail and I'm going, really? They're going there? God damn it, Square.
Being.
What is Hope even reading in his readings?
I don't understand. Why would he even make such a thing?
For God, we humans are nothing but tools. If he wanted sturdier tools that wouldn't break under pressure, these would do.
So what you're saying
Hope's
is
just
that if God
reading
knows that
weird
we're
Final
supposed to
Fantasy
be
13 fanfiction on Archive of Our Own. He's just got one eye on his fanfic screen, one eye on Lightning's progress, and he's like just making shit up as he goes along because he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore.
Humans are capable.
Lightning! I detected a monster head. It's the most powerful monster ever created by the weird experiments of God yeah, it's really powerful. Bye. Ardix, what are you?
That was a matter of, okay, wait, which one of these 50 saves? Like, where do I stop? What? But yeah, okay, so, we're gonna switch a few things up, maybe, to kind of get in position to fight a super boss, you know?
Yeah, this is going to be our viewers' little taste of what it's like to try and change your loadout in this game and how much menu foo you have to do.
Also, I'm a little disappointed you didn't put a time sped up edit song in here, like...
It didn't last long enough to bother with it.
There's always post.
Yeah, Ardix, I'm really glad that you entered in
Some god-awful remix of Take Me to Church by Hosier.
over this stretch of video.
It's very fitting. But seriously though, what are we going for here?
Well, I have a feeling that once we have everything all set, you'll see what we're going for here.
Also, I am still just digging the fuck out of that, like, spiky golden goddess lightning. Like, I love the fact that she's basically just cut out the middleman and become a Final Fantasy villain herself.
And then the bright blue and pink pearlescent shield just kind of seals the deal, really.
I mean, the proper shield for that garb is, like this giant, like, purple, like, slab that has a bunch of skulls on it, so, you know.
And you didn't use that, why?
Because it, like, cuts your HP by, like, 66% or some bullshit.
Boo.
So yeah, this is incredible.
So, fun fact about this boss. He's very nearsighted. You can, if you're careful and you go around the sides of the room, he won't notice you and you can get a grade on him.
Expect me to back down?
Nice.
So, this is Ereshkigal. He, like the Arrow Knight, this is a time-limited boss. The longer you go, the more he will cast Meteor, and the more damage Meteor will do.
But you gotta watch out, because he's very strong against anima. But if you have light, you can mess him up. And we do have light.
Also, I just want to be pedantic here. Technically, it's a she.
No, this thing is a giant flying winged monstrosity. Let's not make any assumptions about gender.
Yeah, but Ereshkigal is a goddess, though.
Do you think Final Fantasy cares about that?
No, you're right. What was I thinking?
We're talking about the series where a guy just went, yeah, get me like 16 cool things from mythology, and the guy came back and said, yeah, so I've got like Ifrit, and I've got like Shiva, the Hindu destroyer, and I've got Bahamut, and I've got like fucking Odin, and the guy was like, yeah, this is cool and good.
So, yeah, at any rate, God did many things with his little super weapon here. He didn't make it immune to poison.
Oh yeah, we're continuing the long and proud tradition of Final Fantasy XIII super bosses that you can just cheese with poison. Well, I say cheese, you have to go to some effort to keep it up on him.
Right, I mean, you can see, it doesn't last very long, but, you know, when you have 7.5 million HP, even not very long is a lot of damage.
So yeah, I would say that this is a matter of survival, but really this is a race. Because Meteor is completely unavoidable.
And the main thing with the timer here is that the more times he casts Meteor, the more damage it does.
Yeah, he gradually upgrades it as it goes on. Oh yeah, there's this as well.
Oh yeah, and he also has that from Arrow Knight too.
That's, in theory, that's survivable.
Yeah, you can parry that.
But yeah, Meteor just ignores everything. It's no, fuck you, you're taking 3,000 damage per hit, regardless of all stats. And every time it casts it, it adds another Meteor, and it also gradually upgrades the prefix on the attack. So he goes from Meteor to Mega Meteor to Giga Meteor to Terra, etc., etc. I don't know how far up it goes.
I mean, Frank, once you reach the point where you're eating like about 12,000 damage, you're not surviving that unless you have a ludicrously tanky build ready anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Also, I love the fact that this thing has, like, two of its main attacks are Meteor and Supernova. This is basically just, like, Sephiroth's wet dream here. And, whoa, you did a lot of damage to it right there.
Yeah.
Well, that's because now that we've finally gotten a proper stagger on him, we can start going to town.
Oh yeah, his defense is fucked. And we've got bravery because we stole it from him.
Nice.
So yeah, in retrospect, I can see that our setup was always be poisoning and then always be magicking, except when we're ready, we can go physical. So, you know, that's cool. What the fuck was that?
It's just basically 6 really powerful ruins.
Anyway, I've not been paying attention. How many meteors have we had?
1.
Okay, we're doing alright then.
We are making extraordinarily good time here.
The cheesing of 25% of his health didn't exactly hurt. So yeah, that's a super boss.
4 minutes, 26 seconds.
So close.
Hey, technically that was the last one.
I guess technically so was Arrow Knight, but you know.
World, plenty of people still believe in God. They believe they are special, and that God loves them unconditionally. They believe He is looking out for them. Gods exist, all right, but they've got their own agenda. They sure didn't make this world and put people in it because they love us. They just wanted to create new tools.
But now those same tools have defeated the beast of God. With that victory, he is forced to recognize the strength of humanity. You yourself are the proof of humanity's promise and potential. You want a future for humanity.
Did it mean anything, though? Sure, I showed God what I'm capable of, but the power I used to defeat the beast wasn't any kind of human power. I won a victory, but what am I? Am I still human? Can I still be called a child of man?
Checkmate, atheists. I am God.
She's got the outfit for it.
So yeah, killing a Reshkazul does give you an extra 10 ATB if that's for, whatever. It's not super useful at this point. I mean, the difference between 140 and 150 is not exactly amazing, but it's there.
Hey, more hats. And we got some kind of extremely valuable diamond necklace.
Yeah, well, we had a garb and a necklace out of that. Ultimatus is...
Wow.
It's Ultima. That's the entire point of this garb.
And yet, it just seems kind of drab.
Yeah, they really undersold that.
Yeah, and we also... Yeah, so the necklace is good for a straight 10,000 HP.
Well, that's something.
Which, is alright, but why would you bother with that when you can put a 10,000 HP shield on and then give yourself immunity to physical damage?
It's just like, it's one of those things where just like, yeah, you've defeated the ultimate super boss. Well, that's up for debate because, Arrow Knight, but, and they gotta give you a thing that's worthy of this, and it's just like, where do you go from here? Anyway, that's literally every single thing in the game done. So, time to sleep until the end of the world.
This is it, Light. There's no more time left. It's the last day of the world.
You did say that yesterday.
We'll be getting ready to
No, but he
perform
really
this
means it
ritual.
now.
She's going
Yeah, I was gonna say, somehow I don't think we're gonna fix space-time super hard again today.
Hey, Light.
I mean, like, I wonder how Vanille reacted to all this.
What happened to me?
Hope?
He's like, hey, I'm gonna perform a soul song tomorrow. And then some priest comes in and he's like, actually... And Vanille's like, wait, what? Like, what if she didn't get the memo and just performed the soul song anyway while we weren't paying attention?
I mean, presumably the soul song doesn't actually work unless it's the end of the
Light
world,
of my
but...
life, let it be redeemed at last.
What we need here is more lore.
And let me guess, we're gonna get it, right?
Oh, baby, are we ever.
Oh god, not that fucking chair again.
Right.
Hope.
I've come to say goodbye.
How did you...
Oh no!
I had a job.
It turns out Hope was dead the
Made to
whole
watch over
time.
everything you did. But now the last day.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right,
and
honestly.
God doesn't need me anymore.
What was your first hint? The fact that he talked like a fucking robot for the entirety of the game, or the fact that he's suddenly a kid again after, like, being,
Doesn't like leaving loose
you know,
ends.
30 for an entire game?
I mean, like, and it was clearly not
He's going to
hope.
just cast you aside?
It's his way. It's harder than I thought it would be, but he still needs you, and you can help the others. Will you do that for me?
Also, plus everyone else is a straight model, like, import from, like, their previous game, except for Snow.
She won't be the only
Whereas,
one
like,
who dies.
Hope is just a model import, but they gave him a new scarf, too. One with God's own checker pattern on it. Hint, hint.
Did they?
Yeah,
Did they actually change his scarf?
yeah, the scarf's different from 13.
I know
I
her.
I said this like ages ago.
She'll do the right thing.
I don't remember that at all.
You'll have a choice.
I went on and on about the fucking checker
To
pattern.
save Sarah.
Well, yeah, but I didn't realize, like, I don't remember anybody ever saying they changed Hope's scarf to have it.
It is. I just can't feel her anymore.
See, look at it.
It'll be all right. Trust me. She can see you, and she's been watching over you. When you make the right choice, you'll find her again.
Anyway, something, we can't find Sarah, and now we need to go make a decision.
Mistakes.
It'll be
Eh,
easy.
Sarah was kind of fucking useless anyway, so, you know, I'm fine with letting her just stay dead.
What
like,
kind of person she
Sure,
wants
we
you
will
to be.
suffer a lack of Laura Bailey in this game, but, you know, sacrifices, whatnot.
But that's the problem, don't you see? Maybe once I knew her well enough to know what she would want. Something's happened to my soul. I can't see people's hearts anymore, not even my sister's.
You don't have to give up. Overcoming your mistakes, that's the key. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. If
Don't you
succeed
just love all these
keep trying.
empty platitudes?
I'm off to a bad start.
Overcoming your
I didn't
mistakes.
make the effort to understand you. I didn't trust you and instead hid everything from you.
But that was absolutely the right decision.
That was the
See?
right thing to do. That wasn't the real me. And he was never someone you should have trusted. He was just a pawn in God's game.
So wait, is this the real Hope then?
I'm
Or is this still fake Hope?
Don't
And like, if fake Hope is being cast aside and was never the real Hope, then why is the real Hope even here talking to us, saying that he's been cast aside?
Do you remember when we first met all those centuries
Like,
ago?
Could God not just cast the real Hope aside and then give us the fake one and then be like, hey, I'm Hope? What would even be the point of the subterfuge?
I couldn't.
Oh, but you did. More times than you know. As long as you were with me, Light, I didn't have to fear anything.
Our god is a great and terrible god, usually more on the terrible side than the great side, not gonna lie.
Anyway, this is the real conclusion of Operation Nora.
Like, our Hope just says, fuck it, I'm out.
Pretty much.
God, I can't believe we went through 3 whole fucking games for that.
Anyway, could we talk to Lumina now?
No Lumina till next video.
Yeah. Anyway, without Hope, who's gonna operate the Ark?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Fidel.
Are you? Because I have a feeling I'm not.
You've gone.
I have a feeling you're going to enjoy our new mission control.
Or was it the other way around? Was it me who left you? I'll save you.
Oh, no. I always forget about this. And thus I'm always freshly horrified every time.
So yeah, now that Hope is gone, we need a mission control. And who better to do that than Mog?
Do we though? What the fuck does anyone even do up here?
I was gonna say, the most advanced piece of technology in the entire continuum of history, and we're gonna let the fucking doll pilot it. Holy shit.
Like, it doesn't even do anything. It's just like, Hope just sits there and says like, oh, I have readings, Light, but I don't know what they mean.
Keep your eyes front.
That's all he does.
And in the meantime, you've got my back.
To be fair, like, I know it doesn't happen because I've seen the ending to this game, but I would just love it if, like, you're in the middle of fighting the final boss and just suddenly, like, Mog comes crashing in and just drops the fucking arc on him for no reason. It's like, I did it, Kupo!
See, that would be funny and good and possibly redeem Mog, so that can't happen.
And it'd be a great opportunity to reference Sonic Adventure 2.
But yeah, so that's it. Next time we are headed to Endgame.
We're actually going to complete the entire Final Fantasy XIII trilogy.
I know, right? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We made it all this way?
Did you ever think we'd be here?
Godspeed, you beautiful bastards. From me and everyone to you. Kick his ass.